after that. Okay, and I put the presentation in place. Again, I will not repeat what we have discussed last time. We're going next. Okay, I'm just putting it on the full screen. Okay, now we're talking about the job search. Okay, but for instance, I'm using LinkedIn for networking and for developing the business and developing the association. Okay, so think broad about why do you need it. Is it just for networking, learning, job search, business, freelance, consultancy development? But this is how you are going to amplify your visibility and reach. Okay, here is the example. I will be making the examples on the job search, but think broader. I like using the model I have created, and then again, people are using it, which calls 3C in terms of engagement in LinkedIn: connections, consistency, and content. This is what we are going to talk about today. What do you start with? In the search for your new job, new target, what is the industry in your target? Where do you want to work? Where do you see yourself? Where don't you see yourself and didn't think about before, right? So these are the kind of people you will be talking to. And who are they within that industries or type of companies, your target? Who are the decision makers? This is the fundamental questions you need to answer yourself from the very beginning. And do you have people in common connections with the network you have built who could be the door openers for you? Or can you connect with those new people and ask for an advice, right? Look, I'm looking for this and this and this. What do you think? I'm applying to your company, very interested to learn more about the company. Can we have a coffee? The recruiter from your company approached me, and before I make the final decision, I'm gathering the insights and see what is the culture and people are working inside. So there are different set of questions. And in order to make that easier as the process for you in terms of building the connections, start with the warm circles like alumni, local people. Important, we talked about that before on the first session. On the second degree of the connections, algorithm likes it, but also you can always refer to people they might know. Example, when I do my business prospection for the team development programs, and I'm talking to second degree connections, I make the reference to those people who used to work with me already, who are in the connection, and I see that they shared some common posts and tags. I often refer to those people saying, hey, in this company, in your company, I used to work with that person. Look in my page, I have the recommendation from that person. So if you would be interested to do something similar for your team, you can always go to that person and ask for the feedback from working with us. That creates already the certain level of trust when you are not coming out of the blue, and when you build the reference to people, the names they know. Okay, that's why second degree connection is very important. And more circles, alumni groups, professional focus groups you get, you can always get to the point is that, look, I've seen you reacted on this post, or you build this comment, I really liked it, second that, can we discuss, etc. Or we graduated, in my case, London Business School, we were on the same program, let's catch up, etc. Then, for those people who are in the connections with you, preferably first and second degree of connections, react on their posts, be present, put likes, stars, hearts, not in comments, but as directions, and comment under their posts. They will see that you are present, and that will raise your visibility as well, and they will appreciate. And especially if these are the decision makers in the industry you want to enter, your comments will remind them about you. If these are the HR, for instance, the same thing. If you are doing the job applications, you apply, you find the hiring manager in that organization. Either they put the name within the post, or you go into the company page and you find who are the HR. You enter the page, you see if there are recent posts, if they are talking about this company, because we never know if these people are still working in this company or not. So you make sure that that person is still there and saying, look, I applied for this position. Can we connect? I would like to discuss. I really there is a match here in my capabilities and what you are looking for, and then follow up after that as well, even if there is a silence, because the silence not necessarily means they are not interested in you or don't want to talk to you. It means that people could be busy, disregard LinkedIn, doing the LinkedIn detox, because the applications will land in their email box anyways. So being present with the follow-ups, the connection, and expressing the interest and sharing your insights always helps. And always, when you connect with people, don't do empty connections. Do the connecting notes inside, some nice message or whatever message you want to place there. Because LinkedIn currently became very cluttered space and used a lot for the business development. And direct sales cold message doesn't work. Direct application message doesn't work. You need to build the relation with the person first before you sell something yourself as the candidate for the position or the business or service you offer. I have quite often people are just connecting with me with the very strange headlines where I see these are not like sales headlines, a little bit hidden, and then as soon as I accept the connectance, boom, they shoot the cold sales message. I don't react, and I'm not interested. It's too much. So always the connecting notes with the warm, nice, empathetic human message. Taking time, you are not in a rush. You build the relations, and through the consistency and presence you express to that person, if that person is your decision maker on the company you are targeting into. And also, what we will discuss in more details today is that what you post and when you post matters as well, because this is how you provide your consistency, visibility, and the professional experience or human touch, if you like, in the content that other people from first and second connections read from you. Okay. I will go into the more practical examples, and then you will ask your questions. If you have directly questions, raise the digital hand so in direction so I see it, and I can pause and answer your questions. Okay. So in terms of your career strategy and the way how you build the connections with other people, there are several steps that you can follow if it helps you to guide and to structure your work. Build a list of top 20 companies you are targeting. Okay, this is easy. Define in LinkedIn, and especially if you're using, for instance, Sales Navigator or Premium, you can do the free month subscription to define the criteria, what should be the fit, the industry fit of the company, what is the size of the company, what is the language they speak, for instance, if you don't have the local language yet, but English is your main one. Where is the location? Can you move? Cannot? Remote, hybrid, logistics? And again, what's the mission of the company to make sure that this is the fit between your values and expectations and what company says about its mission. Then obviously follow the company page in LinkedIn, because this is how you will see if this is in your top 20 list. You need to know what's happening in the company. And when you do the comments for the employees posts that work for this company, you build the comments from the knowledge of the context of what company is going through or what are the performance many different aspects, but you show your acknowledgement. And then you identify literally people that you want to talk with. Either this is HR people, this is the peer to the position you are applying, or the lead manager or decision maker. So you have in your community those people who belong to this top 20 target, and they see you and you position yourself as you are already in the company when you are targeting there. You need to engage with them with the posts and comments during 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so they start noticing you. And then only after that, you request a chat. You are connected, they see your posts, they see your comments under their posts, and at some point of time saying, look, we've been connected for a while, I like your post, been commenting there, what do you think if we meet and chat for the introduction, 15 minutes coffee, as we know some things about each other, why not to deepen these relations? And then again, when you apply for the role, you select the role you want in this company, you prepare your application, and then because you build the relation with that person already, you come to that person and saying, look, actually, surprisingly, I see that there is a position in your company that I applied. As we've been connected and had the chat, is there is a possibility that you could make the referral to me to the hiring manager, or send the CV within the internal friends and family acquaintances channel, so it doesn't come in the bulk of all the applications that other people made. That's it. But it's about the building relations with the connections you have, so they know you and they can refer you to speed up the application process you built. Okay. Any questions here so far? No? We're good? Just in case, raise the hand to discuss. Or if you have your own examples, please share as well, because again, you've been in the same similar situation, and the target is looking into something better in terms of professional experience and professional journey. So if you did something and have the experience, do share with others. I will learn from you as well. Okay. Then this, of course, I will share with you in the recording, but online networking is the main principles for looking for the job. As I partly mentioned already on the previous slide, connect, the step number 1, connect with your target person, okay, within the company. Connecting notes, again, if that person is already in the circle or alumni of people you know, it will be even easier for you, because this is the environment you know. And approach second degree connections. Don't go further into the third one. Better would be to find the second one for the algorithm and for referring to the name of person you already know. Okay. Then when relevant posts, you do the comments. Please avoid emojis. It doesn't look professional. Okay, smiles, hearts, whatever in your posts, in comments, don't do that. Keep the tone of voice business or business casual. And always when you post or when you comment, extend the discussion with the question or insight. Don't leave it as the closed comment that person doesn't have what to say. For instance, thank you for this post, it's insightful. If you say, I read your post and still have question, and my question is, how do you do this and this and this? You open the door for further conversation, and then you actually, with that one, you keep the conversation running, but you also help that person to keep the post high, because algorithms like lasting conversations, and then the probability that more people will like that post and more people will see your comment is higher. You see, it's very easy. Then how the digital takes this post further, and your presence and visibility there if you run the discussion in comments. And please, in any replies that go back to you, react immediately, because the speed of the reaction under the post also tells the algorithms that the post is useful, the content is appreciated, and it keeps higher. So higher the post, higher is your visibility, and the conversation in this post that is visible for everyone. So be mindful about how exactly you comment, because there is a probability that many people will see it. Then uh, with the direct connection with the person, if you are asking for, I don't know, 15 minutes call or referral, etc., connect with the nice message first. Don't go to the stranger saying, hey, can you can we meet, or can you I don't know, make the referral for me because I'm applying to the company. No one will do that. I have sometimes people coming to me saying, I've seen that person in your network, I'm actually applying for the job, can you send them your message? No, because I have almost 10,000 people, and not all of them I know. And instead of asking someone like me, try to do also from your side a little bit of effort to be visible in LinkedIn for that person already. And then when you make sure that you know the person, or those people know each other, because you can track it from the conversations and posts they build, you go and ask for referral, or you go by being present and consistent, you go to that person and saying, can we do the 15 minutes intro call, because I want, or I give, or I tell this and this. So the person said yes, with pleasure. Okay. Now, in terms of applications with referrals, if you reach the point that that person can give you the referrals, apply where you can secure warm intro within 48 hours. Okay, so you see the application, you get to the person, and then that person during 2 days should send the referral. Don't put it in the long box, because you don't know if among 100 applications or CVs, you don't know the availability of the hiring manager, if he or she is going to look at the CV from the very beginning, or the top 20, in the middle randomly, or in the very end, because there are too many. So the HRs and recruiters are telling me that, for instance, if they open the CV, and regardless that in which order they came and landed into the system or being filtered, they said, I take the open probably the top 10, and the number of applications is between 100 to 300, okay, that land in the recruiters system in the company. And they said, I open probably first 10, and if within that first 10 I already see 2 3 that qualifies, I don't open anything else. So it's a game of luck, of probability, of chance. But if there is someone that my existing colleague comes to me and saying, look, I've been contacted by that person that I've been in touch for quite a while, and that person is interested in this position, and she told me that she already applied and sent me her CV. Can you have a look as well? And then that person, the probability that your CV this way could be taken at the short one is pretty high. These are what hiring managers and recruiters are telling me, but they will not be looking for you among 100 CVs. They will appreciate if this short one comes from someone they trust, and you need to build a connection with that person. Okay. Then when you see the application, you see the hiring manager, well, there are job posts that are like free, or are closed very quickly. It means that the company is very small and they don't have budget to promote the job posts, because they are very expensive. Okay. When we do, and obviously we don't pay for the job posts in LinkedIn, and we always have the qualified candidates. But for your awareness, is that when I post the job in LinkedIn, it's closed normally after maximum 2 hours. And after 9 qualified candidates, and in total, including those who are non-qualified by they land into the application, it's normally 26. This is the small companies that don't pay for the ads promotion in LinkedIn jobs. Okay. So meaning that if you see the job post, it's promoted, there is a name of the hiring manager under that. That means that the person intentionally placed his or her face to be contacted directly. For those people who are really motivated, he will pay or she will pay the attention to the direct message. But when you see the job post, apply within 3 to 5 days, because then you don't know on how long they're going to pay for this advertisement and how long it's going to be open. And DM the recruiter within 24 hours with 2 bullet points on how you fit and ask to discuss. If there is a silence, follow up 7 days after. Share one more point of proof that you are the match for this position, because again, people are busy, people, they don't know you, and if they don't see the value coming from you, but just like, hello, I just applied to your position, can you have a look? No, because I have another 20 messages, they came like that. But there is, if there is an insight in that message and continuous chasing of these people, the magic might happen. Okay. Any questions here? The looking for a job in LinkedIn is another full-time job, just in case. Okay. But you see that there are ways on how to do it, and it's possible. Okay. The market is very challenging. You've been in it, you know what's happening and how you can get on through offline networking. But again, you don't come to offline networking and you don't say that I'm looking for a job. You build the value of relations and trust first. And actually, offline is the same thing. You need to build the relations first before you ask for the referral. You need to be consistent and present. And if you see intently the hiring manager, you also build a conversation that sparks the interest of that person to talk to you. Okay, then in your profile, well, I'm using the premium profile because I have the sales navigator. See what profiles you have, but you have the possibility to look who has viewed your profile. And the LinkedIn shows also if these are people are the recruiters. Okay, so you can obviously see that person and send the message saying like, thank you for visiting my profile, what brought you there, look, I'm looking for this, for this, for this, can we discuss? Probably there are other opportunities where we could be the match for each other. You're looking for the talent, I'm the talent and I can bring this. They're open there, they're available. If you enter, you can see specifically people and the company they work for, or when, if these are the recruiting agencies or executive search, who they're looking for and what is the company. Then if you see the peer person who works for the same organization, for different organization, connect and ask, look, you've been visiting my profile, what brought you there, let's connect, etc. If you see someone anonymous with the closed profile, you can obviously ignore. And in this thing, you can also track the dynamics week over week, and you can see the quality of the posts you are making, on why people are visiting your profile, and which actually you can track, you know, when you posted and what. And you can see on how you are evolving with the views on your profile. This one I made in mid-August and August for myself, for instance. And I know where I did the relevant posts. About the posts, we will talk in some of the slides. Again, if you see the growing dynamic, great, week over week. If it drops, see what is your headline, if it's relevant or not. If people are not coming to your profile from the headline they see on the top of your profile, probably you need to change. The keywords you are using in posts, we spoke about that, also should be appealing to the algorithm. Here the artificial intelligence can help you within the topic you are talking about. And again, the posts and comments frequently, they also raise the interest of the people come to see who you are, what you are talking about, and how they can learn from you, or if they can hire you. Okay. Then in terms of posts, When you do the post, job related, professional related, about your experience, so you make sure that the relevant people see it and react on it, and especially if those people are the recruiters, you should talk about the problem you solved that maps to your target role. You should talk like you are already in the new role rather than you are just considering. Huh? So you place yourself, it's like with the visualization of the goals, right? You place yourself in the environment where you want to be. If you can add there some numbers and learning insights, it's always appreciated. With the posts I'm making with numbers always get more interest and insight reaction than just the normal blah blah blah. And of course, the learning summary and how you practically use that in your role or going to use or would use in your future role. And when you comment, also try to be very easy for reading and understanding your context by, if you like, I solved this by doing this. Did you try this? Remember, living with the open question that the person can reply. And please avoid meaningless comments like great post, appreciate it, kudos, let's meet, etc. It doesn't bring any value. And moreover, when we looked at your LinkedIn page profile, you know that any activity you are making are visible. So if you do this empty thanks, great post, kudos, it actually doesn't bring any value. Instead, the meaningful comments you are making, they're all stored in your profile, and this becomes part of your positioning and the impression you are making about yourself. How to post? You don't need to do it every day. And then plus algorithm can consider it as the spamming. What you need to do is I do one post per week. 1-2 strong posts is enough, plus daily comments. Okay. Then, if you want to post any links, post them, external links to LinkedIn, I mean, post them in comments, not in the post body. Why? Because the algorithm is reading your post in terms of correctness and accuracy. And when it sees the external link that drop people off LinkedIn, it doesn't like it. Okay. So better you post, and then in some time, probably 1 hour after, no, sooner, if you need to redirect people sooner, but not immediately, you place this link in the comments. So it doesn't consider as the main post, because algorithm works first to boost the posts and only after it reads the comments. Then algorithm doesn't like mistakes. So if you see that you did something wrong in your post, don't touch it. Do it a little bit later if you need to edit it. And obviously you will not do huge mistakes. It's something small that disturbs you, but probably not visible for others. But the algorithm will notice it and will qualify it as a low quality and will not give enough of space and visibility. So better to correct comma or dot or whatever letter in 20 to 30 minutes after you posted, when algorithm actually captured the content. When you post is important, because you need to have the big accumulation of people that would react on your post. The best engagement windows, if you like, these are the Tuesdays and Thursdays, mid-morning to early afternoon. You know, this time of morning break, coffee, cigarette, lunch, and after lunch mindful time, when people just scroll their LinkedIn's. Look, myself, I stopped doing the hashtags because I didn't see the practical implications. Still, in the LinkedIn training, we said 3-5 relevant hashtags helps. I don't know. I didn't see pros and cons, benefits or advantages or disadvantages as such, but definitely when you tag people in your posts, They see it, they can react, they can help you make it more visible, and they can comment as well, because otherwise the space is cluttered, so not necessarily they can see. And then, guys, the artificial intelligence generated posts are awful, horrible, with the stars, rockets, sparks in the ever-changing world, when the world is going to collapse, when the economy is turbulent. Change this. Even if you ask ChatGPT to help you to generate some posts, make sure that they are not standard. And I'm sure what you see from the connections that are posting something, when you see this AI generated post, you don't like it, so don't do the same thing, right? Be more creative and express your own thoughts in the authentic ways. It helps. LinkedIn doesn't like politics, obviously. No one is posting there about the politics, except some exceptional cases, or when we are getting high on some specific topic and then relates also to the business of some economical affairs as well. And then I mentioned already, no expression of the emojis, except of just little ones if you really needed to highlight something, but don't do that. ChatGPT makes it a lot, people makes it a lot in comments, in posts. It doesn't look professional. Use LinkedIn in a more editorial type of communication rather than Insta or Facebook style. Okay. Then on the practical insights, again, the posts that spark thoughtful comments tend to travel farther and be more visible. I receive sometimes the likes and comments and I already forgot, but then the posts I made 2 weeks or months ago, still some people are liking, and then I see that, or commenting, and I see that, and my connections see that. So I see the second degree connection reactions and comments. Again, the authentic content is much more appreciated than the artificial intelligence generated or strictly professional. Vulnerable evolves the emotions and the reactions of people. They want to help. This is the natural instinct we have. So you can allow that self as well. If you want to give some examples of how you land to the job or how difficult searching for the job, and bringing some examples, there are a lot of people who are looking for the job in that space, and they can share their own examples, and they can share the pain. They will understand, encourage, etc. It's okay. It's not the shame. It's sharing the true emotions and complications of this process. And then again, more you drive engagement, reactions, and comments under your post within 1-2 hours is better, because this is still the time slot when the algorithm is analyzing your post and the reactions and bring it higher in terms of relevance and ranking. So if you see someone has post comment under your post, react immediately, give another one, keep the question open so other people could react and comment, right? Keep the ball running, and the algorithm will be keeping it higher and longer, and they will travel farther. Any comments? Any questions? I told you that if you didn't do your first homework, the next part, on the second part of the LinkedIn, will be even more challenging. But then again, you will have you have the recording from the previous one, and you have recording from this one. But it's possible. Again, if you didn't land into the job with the normal traditional way of doing just the job applications, try something different. Try to, and you know that in Switzerland particularly, the networking is everything, offline and online. Try to get to right people that will help you opening the doors, but be authentic and approachable and consistent in building not the contacts, but building the real connections with people. Again, being present and being you, and asking for help when the time is right. The probability they will say no is very low. If they know you, the probability they say no or ignore you if they don't know you at all is high. But if you invested your time in building the connection with right people, they will help you. Okay. Then what you can take also as, again, The question here is about building the discipline, right? Not doing it once, but do it inconsistently in terms of online networking, right? So you can see, for instance, on the target, what exactly you can measure to make sure that the process is there or the discipline is there. Make at least 5 new connections a week, and that depends uh, how does it go? The free or premium package you are using in LinkedIn, there is a limit of connections and direct messages you can make. And then again, you can make the connections, but you can make email as well. And there are limits on both, but these are two different tools you can use. So at least 5 a week. You can make your calculation on how much you will grow your network over the time. Most probably the practice shows, again, if they don't see you or there is no personal professional brand and profile made already, the number will be smaller. But normally connection acceptance is around 20% because people don't know if they are accepting the sales person or this is authentic connection. That's why the what you put in your message is very important in terms of the how people will react. But you need these people to, again, to learn, to encourage, to open the doors for you. So do the right approach on how to do it. The DMs is around 15%. If 50% of people respond, is good. That means you catch their attention and you can keep the ball rolling in terms of building consistent communication and relations with them. To land into the interview, well, we calculated, well, you need to do at least 35 applications a week with the 5% of the success rate for the interview, and at least one referral attempt a week of asking people, help me to I apply to this position, can you refer me? And again, remember that the communication and the awareness about you should be made and the relations should be made before you ask for a referral. The comments you can make every day. The post will take time, so 1 or 2 per week, but the comments, actually, you have your morning coffee and you do comments under the post of people you are interested in. That's it. You did your 5 in the morning, you are done. Okay. And then track your profile views to see how alive is your profile and if people are entering to, again, to see who you are. If not, go to the LinkedIn session number 1. Again, improve your profile and see the dynamic, plus with the consistent communication and the relations you are building, see if it sparks the interest and the reviews of your profile are growing or not. Okay, Doc. So this you can use as the consistency tracking, just for you to keep running and not to give up with the discipline of online networking you are building. Any questions? I was pretty quick today. Any insights, questions, reflections? Please do share. We have at least 10 minutes. Does it look simple? Does it look complicated? Jimena, what do you think? You've been mastering LinkedIn since a while.
Yeah, I think it's great. All the highlights and to include in LinkedIn, like the comments also, it's very important because now you're currently exposed to new people that